The darkness crept over the small village like a living entity, suffocating its residents with an unrelenting grip. It was a night like any other in the rural town of Sulawesi, Indonesia, but the air was heavy with an eerie anticipation. Rumors had been circulating for weeks about a monstrous creature lurking in the depths of the nearby river. Some said it was a giant crocodile, its body as long as a school bus, with scales as black as coal and eyes that glowed like lanterns in the dark. Others whispered of a supernatural being, a malevolent spirit that had awoken from the depths of the forest to wreak havoc on the unsuspecting villagers. No one knew the truth, but the fear was palpable. A group of brave villagers, led by a young man named Jaka, decided to investigate the rumors. They set out into the darkness, armed with nothing but flashlights and a determination to uncover the truth. As they approached the river, the air grew thick with an unnatural silence. The trees seemed to lean in, as if listening to their every move. Jaka shone his light into the water, but it was like staring into a black abyss. Nothing reflected back. Suddenly, a faint ripple disturbed the surface of the river. The villagers froze, their hearts pounding in unison. A pair of glowing eyes emerged from the depths, followed by a snout as long as a car. The creature was massive, its body a dark, scaly mass that seemed to absorb the light around it. It moved with a slow, deliberate pace, as if savoring the fear that emanated from the villagers. Jaka tried to run, but his legs were rooted to the spot. The creature loomed closer, its hot breath washing over him like a wave. He felt its gaze upon him, a cold, calculating intelligence that seemed to bore into his very soul. And then everything went black. The villagers found Jaka the next morning, lying on the riverbank, his eyes wide open in terror. The creature was nowhere to be found, but the villagers knew that it was still out there, waiting for its next victim. As the days passed, more and more villagers disappeared. Some said they were taken by the creature, while others whispered of a dark cult that had infiltrated the village, using the monster as a twisted sacrifice. The truth remained a mystery, but the horror was all too real. Years later, a group of outsiders stumbled upon the abandoned village, their flashlights casting eerie shadows on the crumbling buildings. They found a single survivor, an old man who had lived through the terror. He told them of the creature, of the glowing eyes and the scaly body. He spoke of the darkness that had consumed the village, of the evil that had lurked in the depths of the river. And as they listened, they felt the darkness closing in around them, the weight of the unknown pressing down upon their shoulders. They knew that they had to leave, to escape the clutches of the monster and the village's dark past. But as they turned to flee, they saw it. A pair of glowing eyes, watching them from the shadows. The creature was still out there, waiting for its next victim. And the darkness closed in, like a living entity, suffocating them with an unrelenting grip.